There's a tremendous pent-up demand, both in terms of the stock market and in terms of the economy. And once this goes away, once it goes through and we're done with it, I think you're going to see a tremendous surge.
Well, there he was, Jen. The president made special notice of the financial impact of coronavirus just yesterday. And speaking of the finances, if you ever listen to the weekends here at 850 WFTL, you will find the financial guys Saturday 1 to 2, Sunday 10 to 11. And Glenn Wiggle is part of that team. First of all, Glenn, thanks for coming on. And we got a special financial challenge on our hands these days, don't we?
We certainly do. Happy St. Patty's Day to you. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
You too.
It's certainly been a challenge. The market has dropped now in just the last 3 weeks, almost 30% or more. So it's been a crazy roller coaster ride for sure.
Well, what do you tell people about their 401ks who sit here and unfortunately check it every day and watch their investment go down?
Like me, raising my hand.
Or somebody, who's a little bit older than Bill who may be thinking about retirement in the next 5 years going, okay, this isn't looking good.
Well, if you got 5 years or longer, you're in good shape. And I think there's two types of investors. There are the accumulators, those of us that are still putting money away, and there are those that are harvesting their income, and they need to be a little bit more careful. Those that are accumulating in their 401ks or putting money away, we should be looking at this as a 30% off sale. I know it's cliche. Wow. I know it's tough to look at it that way.
Right.
But just a month ago, we were putting away money in our 401ks very happily. Today, the markets are 30% lower than they were. And it's just like a sale at Costco. Prices are 30% cheaper. If you're not going to use your money for 5 or more years, now is a great opportunity to increase that contribution or even just simply rebalance. Take some money from bonds, move it back to stocks, buy down on this market. If you're harvesting, however, you need to be a little bit more careful because you don't want to liquidate shares to meet that income need.
Yeah, well, it's all about the timing in life, isn't it? I mean, we all sat here when the market started to take the first big hit and we said, man, I feel sorry for folks retiring right now. But if you're not, like you're saying, Glenn, I mean, I can use myself as an example. Opened up outside of the 401k, started buying stocks yesterday. First time ever outside of anything that's a retirement plan.
Very good. And you're seeing a lot of that actually out there. I'm seeing more people call me in this crisis to invest money that are panicking to take money out. So this seems, pretty orderly on the downside, and that usually means that we got more downside. When we get to that panic point, that will tell me that, we reached kind of a bottom. The markets are just trying to price in, what the economic impact is going to be. This is really about the economic slowdown that we're going to have. How bad is it going to be? Nobody knows, of course, because we just shut everything down this past week. So the markets are going to start to price in kind of worst-case scenario. I don't think we're going to have worst-case scenario, but, of course, I don't have a crystal ball. So, the best we can do is just make lemons out of lemonade. And, again, there are things that you can do to take advantage of this market. You can rebalance your portfolio. That's a big benefit to you. We're going to be doing that shortly with our portfolios. You might want to consider converting your IRA to a Roth. Now is the time to make that conversion while things are down. You're going to pay tax on the conversion, but you're going to convert it at a lower value. So that's an opportunity too. So lots of opportunities and things that you can do as opposed to just kind of freezing and being a deer in headlights. First and foremost, though, make sure you've got the proper allocation. Make sure that you're not overweighted to stocks. A nice balance of stocks, bonds, real estate, and cash is always recommended for a good balanced portfolio. And then you've got some dry powder to take advantage when the markets are down.
What about the real estate market? Is there going to be another bust in that?
It really depends on how bad the recession, if we have one, how long and how bad it is. I mean, the last crisis was a housing crisis, which precipitated then a banking crisis, right? So we have some liquidity concerns here, and that's why the Fed has been lowering interest rates and pushing quantitative easing into the market. But ultimately, in the long term, I don't think it's going to be as big of an impact financially as 2008, not even close.
Oh, good. Okay.
For the banks, that is.
That's nice.
Glenn, we're hearing a lot about, as we should, from the feds, about helping out, part-time workers that work at small businesses. How about those small business owners, though? I mean, in the form of, there's going to be some sort of relief package coming from them in some way or another. Is that going to be in a tax relief deal? Or how do you think that's going to shape out eventually when they finally figure this out?
Well, I hope it looks like a tax deal. I mean, I'd like to see President Trump step up with a bolder tax plan. Now would be a great opportunity to announce, marginal tax rates and even a capital gains tax rate across the board.
Yes.
That would be a big campaign help for a lot of us. Mike and I are small business owners too, so we have not only the financial guys, but also a management firm and other companies. So, we're just concerned about our employees and making sure that they're able to continue to receive a paycheck. Obviously, if you're in a business like a restaurant or a bar that's being forced to close in certain places, those are thin margin businesses.
Yes.
It's just not going to be an option for those business owners to be able to continue to pay their employees. So hopefully the government will come up with some sort of a package that will, maybe they'll, we talked about this last week, maybe they do decide not to collect taxes on April 15th. They've thrown that out there. I know Mnuchin has mentioned a few times. I'm skeptical. I'd love to see it, but I'm not sure I quite believe that yet.
So they said, July they're looking at, right? Instead of April 15th, make it July 15th?
They were talking about pushing it back 3 months.
Yeah.
It would be great. I would love to see. That would help a lot. I mean, at least for the short term, for cash crunches. I think that's the biggest concern is that these business owners, especially in thin margin businesses, the ones that are shutting down, are they going to be the ones that are some of them will not come back. But the ones that don't come back will make room for others. And that's kind of the whole way free market capitalism works, right? So, in the last crisis, if there was, 3 pizzerias, each selling 300 pizzas, and one went out of business, maybe the pizzas are only, 250 are being sold, but now 2 are left, and they each increase their sales by 25%. And so you'll get some of that here, too. The old winners may not be the new winners. And so active portfolio management is important to make sure that you're reviewing your portfolio. Some stocks are going to take a long time to come back, like the cruise lines and some of the oils. But there are some companies that are going to benefit. I mean, you look at Costco, you look at, Johnson & Johnson, Clorox, right, making Clorox wipes. So there's going to be some positives, amidst the sea of negatives.
Why didn't I have a crystal ball and look into Clorox a couple of weeks ago? That would have been...
Who is it that owns the toilet paper? The guys, the brothers over in Palm Beach. They have all these. They own real estate and they own big businesses, and they're going to make all of their money this year on toilet paper.
Well, hey, that's why you diversify, right, Glenn?
The Koch brothers?
Exactly.
Might be them. So,
how about this, though? And this is kind of putting you on the spot a little bit, Glenn, but just, being a business owner yourself, Jen and I have kind of been predicting that when all this shakes out, many employers are going to look at this and say, you know what? For us, telecommuting worked. And maybe for a lot of people, not everybody, working from home actually was a viable option. Do you see that becoming bigger once we get out of this?
I do, actually. We were already going in that direction, right? So, between Zoom meeting and GoToMeeting, we just set up our training center to basically just about 3 months ago to allow us to do video conferencing and broadcast our workshops. So, for those that can't make it to our office to go through one of our training sessions, whether it be on estate planning or Social Security, coming very shortly here, and this is what we were planning on before the coronavirus, we were setting up so that they could watch it from their living room if they want to. We're trying to meet the new kind of on-demand way that the business is being done, whether it be Netflix or you look at these types of companies that are providing the on-demand content. As a financial firm, we want to be able to do the same thing. So if Wednesday at 6 o'clock is not good to go to a seminar, but Sunday at 3 o'clock is perfect for you to sit down on your couch and catch up and learn something.
Sure.
Then we want to be able, to offer that to folks so that they can do that at their time and their place and their leisure.
That's a great idea. When's your next one on Social Security? I'll watch.
That's coming up actually Wednesday.
Oh, is it?
Look at that.
Look at that.
Yeah. Perfect timing.
That's tomorrow. What time?
I'll send you the link, Jen.
Please do. Thanks.
That's awesome.
That'd be great. Thanks, Glenn.
And also, of course, every single weekend, too, the financial guys, including Glenn Wiggle, Saturday 1 to 2, Sunday 10 to 11, right here, 850 WFTL. Glenn, we'd love to have you on more, pal. Good luck with all of this stuff.
Thanks for having us. I appreciate it, and look forward to being out with you again.
You got it, man.
Take care.
You got it, man. Take care.